Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is wonderful to be here with you this evening for Shabbat and to bring into this room some warmth and light and community. And I know we said this earlier, but if you're joining us on live stream or if you didn't hear us, hello and Shabbat Shalom. I'm Rabbi Eliana Fischel. I am joined this evening with Cantor Bortnick, as well as Joey, whose last name I'm forgetting in this moment. Thank you so much. And Tigo, who's going to lift up our worship with some percussion. And of course, we are joined by all of you. So as I was preparing for services tonight, I realized I think I've been on for Thanksgiving services for the past 6 years. So I'm running out of questions to ask you about Thanksgiving. So here's my new one for tonight. If you could, you know us, but we would really like you to know someone near you that you might not know yet. So turn to someone you don't know, introduce yourself, and the question you're going to answer is, when it comes to sweet potatoes, do you like the marshmallow topping or the pecan topping? Marshmallow topping or pecan topping?
Pecan.
Go for it.
Pecan, but I know that's a polarizing question right there. That's tough, but pecan without a doubt.
I can't wait to hear what you wrote. La 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 la.
A poem for Shabbat, Will by Marcia Falk, not in your prayer books. 3 generations back, my family had only to light a candle and the world parted. Today, Friday afternoon, I disconnect clocks and phones. When night fills my house with passages, I begin saving my life. We begin our day of rest, our day of renewal, our day of life saving as we turn to page 12 for L'chu Neranana Ladonai.
L'chu neranana l'Adonai, la'ia letzor yishenu. Ya la 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 la
as we join on page 13, the next page, with Shiru Ladonai, let us raise a song to God. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadai, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom le'yom Yeshuato, Sapru b'goyim kevodo b'chol ha'amim nifleotav, ki gadol Adonai, u'mehulam me'od, norahu al kol Elohim. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom le'yom Yeshuato, Sapru b'goyim kevodo b'chol ha'amim nifleotav, ki gadol Adonai, u'mehulam me'od, norahu al kol Elohim. Last time, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom le'yom Yeshuato.
We turn to page 20 and 21 for L'chad Odi, this huge poem that's in the middle of our Kabbalat Shabbat, the warm-up for our Shabbat, that tells us to greet Shabbat with our entire bodies, with our entire person. And so we're going to do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to verse 9, we'll rise, we'll face the door, we will welcome Shabbat with our bodies, with our hearts, with our souls. We will probably also welcome someone who's coming a bit late to services, and we'll just smile and say Shabbat Shalom to them, and we'll continue to welcome Shabbat together in community. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Shamor bezachor bedibur echad, Ishmianu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad, Ushmo echad, L'shemo tifer betila. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu b'necha, Ki mekor ha'bracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'mashavat tchila. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Nirporeri, Doreri, Ivaore, Kulmi Ori, Shir Daberi, Kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, Gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, Tochem u'nei am segula. Boi chala, Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likat Kala, Ene Shabbat Nekabela.
You may be seated. We'll turn to page 22 for an extra prayer of thanksgiving this evening. Tov lehodot.
Perfect timing of prayer of Thanksgiving.
The Hebrew can be found on that page.
Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon.
Tov lehodot. Good to give thanks. It is good to sit around tables of abundance, a circle of smiling, familiar faces. Our calendar forces us into gratitude, and somehow it works. We feel blessed, we feel content, we feel full. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. It is good to give thanks to the one who is goodness and is worthy of thanksgiving.
Tov להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך העליון.
It is good to give thanks. It is good that 25 sacred faces have once again seen the light of day, returned to family or friends who love them, returned to those ready to embrace them when they are ready, and we hope they will be ready. For now, Tov lehodot l'Adonai. It is good to give thanks to the one who frees the captives.
להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך העליון. טוב להודות לאדוני, וזמר לשמך העליון.
Tov lehodot, it is good to give thanks. It is good to be consumed by this eternal Jewish hope that one day all hostages will be home. One day nation will not lift up sword against nation, and we will no longer know the days of war. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, it is good to give thanks to the one who is Mikvah Yisrael, the hope of our people, Israel.
Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon.
With thanks in our heart, we turn to page 28 and rise for our call to worship. Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We're on the top of page 31 for a prayer of creation. We can pray together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. We turn the page for a prayer of God's love upon us.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim.
Forever.
be seated. Continue on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen.
On page 40, we have our prayer of freedom. Mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai, who is like you? Adonai, our God, who is like you? Who does miraculous things like parting the seas, like allowing us to wake up every morning and feel a little bit of freedom on our faces. Mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai.
Mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, norah tehilot, oseh peleh. Who is like you? Who is like you, Adonai? Who is like you, Adonai? When Moses and the children crossed the sea, they sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai? Mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh.
On page 42, we have our people's prayer for protection and shelter, and we're just going to do the last few lines of this prayer. It's called the Chatima, the seal of the blessing, and the seal of this blessing is, "Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, a Sukkot Shalom spread over us, over all your people, Israel, and over Jerusalem." I can't think of a better prayer than that.
Baruch atah Adonai haporeh Sukkot Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai haporeh Sukkot Shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo, ve'al Yerushalayim shalom.
Mishamru B'nai Yisrael, just as the people of Israel kept Shabbat, so too do we honor and celebrate Shabbat together in community. We rise as we turn to page 46 for Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips and my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav leHoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofer cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umidom elach, Melech memid umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah Baruch ata Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh.
You may be seated. And we turn to page 55 for a prayer for Shabbat. At the top of the page, we can read together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch ata Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. And on the top of page 57, Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer, wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch ata Adonai, she'otcha levadcha be'yirah na'avod. On page 58, you will find our prayer of thanksgiving. How fitting for every Shabbat, but particularly this one. And so it's our tradition with this prayer that we hear our simchas. We join in our simchas, something happy, something joyous that's happened recently or since the last time you were here until now. And when we hear it, we will respond with Modim Anachnu Lach, which means we are grateful, because when one of us has a joy, all of us can experience that joy. You are ready for it. Go for it. Yeah.
I wanted to share with the congregation that last Friday night I attended services in South Africa, thank you, and Shirley, which is a vineyard community about 2 hours east of Cape Town. It was an Orthodox synagogue, 100 years old. There were only about 10 people in attendance. They didn't even have
Wow.
they have a lay rabbi. But the funny story I told Tony earlier, at the Oneg, they serve potato chips and whiskey.
We're on it. We're on it. Yeah.
A little different, but it was Orthodox, and my daughter went with me. It was really, really special.
Beautiful.
And the other thing, if I may, tomorrow I turn 75.
Ah, amen, amen, amazing. For Jewish community all over the world and for another year around the sun, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. Tony, I saw you next, yeah.
So I have a two for the same child. I'm
Great.
having a 30-year-old this week.
Hey, amazing.
So it's second this year.
That's wild since you're 30, so yeah.
She got her own management team at Microsoft.
Amazing. Wow, for our wonderful children and being really proud of them, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. Suzanne.
Yeah, I went to my cousin's house and also I spent time in Madison today.
Beautiful. For family and friends, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. Madison.
Well, it was actually from Tuesday, but I know, like, for me, having this community is really important, and me and Rabbi Miller have been checking in on each other. It seemed like he really needed it.
That's beautiful.
So he was happy to help.
That's great. That's awesome to have this community. Amen. Modim Anachnu Lach. Yeah, Andy.
The niece of one of our friends was in the group of hostages that was released today.
Thank God. Thank God. My goodness. I pray that she's doing okay. Absolutely. For the release of hostages and for people coming home, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. Yeah.
I'm grateful that my son is visiting me from Portland, Maine.
Oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. Welcome. Wow, I like your mom a lot. For family coming to visit, we say, Modim Anachnu Lach. For all of these blessings, big or small, family and friends and birthdays and job promotions, and for freedom, we say all together. Oh, we can say that, Modim Anachnu Lach, but also on the bottom of page 58, Baruch ata Adonai, hatov shimcha ochana el lehodot. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. We know also that many of us come here this evening with some joy, but also with some pain, or pain on behalf of those that we love. And so if you're thinking of someone this evening who is in need of healing, whether that's healing of body, mind, or spirit, I'll ask that you share that name out loud with our community as my eyes meet yours, so that we can all think of that person and also know that you are someone who is holding someone. You're caring for someone in this moment, and therefore this community wants to hold you. So if you have a name to share, I'll ask that you please share that now.
Lance Wardlow.
City travelers.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Stephanie Dobson and Bob Fischel. And to those names, we add Allison Field, Patrice Kelly, Cynthia Puchat, and Gertie Trachtman. Our prayer for healing can be found on page 253. We turn back to page 60 for Shalom Rav, this blessing of peace, where we ask God not just for a little bit of peace, but a Shalom Rav, a great peace to rain down upon us, our community, and for the entire world. Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav, Shalom Rav, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Shalom Rav, Tasim Leolam. Ilatam Elchadon, Lecho HaShalom. Ilatam Elchadon, Lecho HaShalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Etov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Yesterday in my home, we kept trying to think of a different prompt besides what are you grateful for? We felt like that was pretty cliche for Thanksgiving. And all day we sort of came up with different ones. We Zoomed with our family all over the country and came up with one that was nice. But then finally we sat down to dinner, and of course we asked ourselves, for what are you grateful? And so at the risk of being cliche, but it's powerful, we take a moment now for silent prayer, and we take a moment to think about that which we're grateful for. Perhaps it is the person sitting next to you, and maybe you want to give them a squeeze. Perhaps they're not here right now, and you want to just put your hand over your heart. Perhaps it's not people at all, but it's your strength. It is your comfort. It's the ability of your body to move. Whatever it is that you're grateful for in this moment, we take a moment now to honor it and to thank God for whatever that is. We take a moment for silent prayer.
הגיוני בי לפניך, אדוני צורי לגואלי, אדוני צורי בגואלי. May the words of my lips and the prayers of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai. May the words of my lips and the prayers of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai.
Earlier this week, I fell. And if this is a deja vu for you, and you've heard another sermon of mine start with "I fell," that's because my Rosh Hashanah sermon this year started with me falling. And apparently, this is something I now just do. I fall in the middle of the street a lot. I wish I could tell you that I trip over something, that the road was uneven. No, I just fall over my feet a lot, all the time. And this time, I was at Addis, Israel this Monday. I was assisting with a few immersions. They have a mikveh there. And I was assisting with a few immersions, and I had some time in between. So I left Addis. I started to cross Connecticut Avenue for a cup of coffee, and I splattered across Connecticut Avenue, like totally splattered. And I say splattered because even though I was going for a cup of coffee, I had a cup of coffee in my hand, and that splattered all over Connecticut Avenue. Luckily, it went that way as I was dressed for a funeral. And I flattened almost as much as the cup of coffee, like just completely out. I'm fine. I have some scratches. We're okay. 2 very nice women helped me. I got ice at the coffee shop. But this fall felt a little different than my other falls before, and there's been 2 pretty big ones. It felt a little bit different. For one, I was no longer shocked. I was sort of like, yeah, this is what happens now. I fall, right? So I was no longer shocked. And 2, after the weeks that we've had, after so much pain and suffering, after so much loneliness, after witnessing so much loneliness, after witnessing so much sorrow and so much hardship, I flattened on the ground and said, well, this feels about right. This feels about right. What I've been seeing throughout our world, but particularly with our community, is, or maybe it's just me, we feel a little flattened. The worries of the world, the sorrows of the world, the gruesomeness of the world, the inhumanity of the world is bearing down on us a little bit each day, so much so that laying flat on some gravel felt kind of exactly right, just for a moment. Just for a moment, it was like, yep, this is where we are. This is where we are. So I was laying on gravel. In this week's Torah portion, Jacob lays on a stone. He puts his head on a stone. So Jacob is leaving his family's home. He has just stolen the birthright from his brother. He is alone. He doesn't know what the future holds. He is nervous. He is out there in the desert, not knowing what is going to wait for him. And he gets tired and decides to go to sleep on a stone, using a stone as a pillow. And I've always wondered about this stone. I don't know what traveling in the desert is like, really. I've hiked a little bit there. But I just think there's other things that he could have chosen besides a stone for his head, right? Like, he had to have a shirt and had to have like a bag of some sort that you could rest your head on. But no, he chooses a stone. He chooses this like hard, cold, uncomfortable object to immerse his head in. Our rabbis pick up on this as well, particularly because the Hebrew here is weird as well. It doesn't just say that Jacob rests his head on a stone. The Hebrew is actually in the plural. It says avne. There's like multiple stones that he rests his head on. And so the rabbis question, rabbis meaning thousands of years ago, don't look like me, they question, what does it mean that there were multiple stones there? Like, don't you just need one? If you're going to choose one, don't you just need one, right? So they create this really cute story about what happens. And they say that one stone was there and said, Jacob, Jacob, choose me. Like, let me have your head. Let me support you. And then another stone said, no, Jacob, over here, I would love to support your head. Lay down on me. And then a third stone said, no, my master, my Lord, please let me rest your head on me. And so these stones vied for Jacob's attention. These hard, difficult, cold, uncomfortable objects vied for Jacob's attention until finally he succumbed, chose one, and just dug in. I don't know about you, but I really relate to Jacob here. For the past few weeks, but probably even before that, it has felt like hard, difficult, discomforting things have been vying for our attention. They've been pulling us in every which way. There have been multiple stones of our lives that have made it so that we cannot feel comfortable. And often we end up diving into one that ruins the way in which we feel, that makes us feel flattened. There is the stone of everything that happened on October 7th and witnessing that again and again for weeks afterwards. There is the stone of 240 hostages who we keep hearing from. We hear their stories and pray for their release and thank God some were released today. There are the stones of increased anti-Semitism throughout our country, the stone of praying for our college students to be in a place where they feel comfortable and safe to learn and to grow and to figure out who they are. There are the stones of increasing numbers of Palestinian deaths that I can't comprehend. There are the stones also of our lives, of not getting an email back, of having a difficult conversation with a coworker or with a family member, the stones of taking care of children, young or adult, the stones of taking care of parents. These stones vie for our attention, and if you're anything like me, we sort of try to put up a barrier against them, right? When we go too far, then we feel like our whole body succumbs to them, as if we are Jacob succumbing to that sleep. And so what do? How do we honor these tragic, horrible moments that are occurring again and again, because with our news cycle, they occur again and again? How do we honor those moments? How do we honor the tragedy? How do we honor the pain while still living our lives? Because my God, we have to still live our lives. We get our answer a little bit from Jacob. As the story continues, Jacob falls asleep and he dreams that there's a ladder going from the earth to the sky and angels are going up and down the ladder. Jacob wakes up and exclaims, God was in this place and I did not know it. He takes the stone from behind his head and creates a pillar. It's unclear what this pillar is, and the rabbis, again, have a lot of questions about it because he doesn't sacrifice on it, so it's not an altar, right? He just sort of sets it up and then walks away. So the rabbis say, why? Why set it up? Their answer is he sets it up so that when he comes back this way again, he knows he can come and visit it. When he comes back this way again, he can come and visit it. He takes the discomfort, he takes a little pain, he takes a little suffering, and he erects a space for it. He says, that's gonna be here, and when I come back and journey back here again, I'm gonna visit it, I'm gonna give it some attention, and then I'm just gonna keep walking. Then I'm gonna put one step in front of the other and just keep going. There's a show that maybe some of you watch called Shrinking. It came out a few months ago. Nope. We're done. My brother did. You did, perfect. In this show, it's about a family in a community mourning someone's death, and she was a mother. And the teenager in the show has not figured out how to cope, understandably. And what a therapist tells her to do is to take 15 minutes every day to put on the saddest song she could find, to set an alarm for those 15 minutes and just cry as much as she can possibly cry for 15 minutes. To think about her mom hugging her and holding her and just letting herself go and feel the sadness for 15 minutes. Once the alarm chimes, she wipes her eyes, and keeps going with her day. And of course, her mom comes in throughout her day. It's her mom. But she's let herself go for those 15 minutes and then is able to continue. It turns out that cognitive behavioral therapy actually promotes this idea. Their version of it is that throughout your day, you can actually write down all of your worries. You can write down, oh my God, the picture of that baby, or oh my goodness, the email I didn't send, or oh my God, my mom, I really need to get her some care, or oh my goodness, I forgot to bring snack to daycare, right? Whatever the worry is, you can write it all down and take 15 minutes as part of your day to fully immerse yourself in the worry, fully immerse yourself into the sadness, fully immerse yourself into the suffering. Set a timer to do it. Erect that time in space, just like Jacob erected that time with his pillar. And say to yourself, I have these 15 minutes to feel it all, and then I'm going to keep going. Because what Jacob does is Jacob immerses himself in this discomfort, immerses himself in the pain, immerses himself in feeling alone. But then he lifts his head. He lifts his head, he opens his eyes, and he says, God is in this place, and I did not know it. In order for us to recognize that God is everywhere, in order for us to recognize that God is full in our lives, we have to make space for God. We have to make space for holiness. We have to make space for the divine. We have to make space for us to be able to see it, to lift our heads and declare, God is in this place, and I did not know it. Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Thank you. So sweet. We turn to page 282 and rise for Linu. I had nothing. Got nothing.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו כהמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. With every holiday, whether it is Jewish or secular, we are acutely aware of the chairs that are empty around our table, of the people that we loved so dearly with all of our hearts, the people who made the stuffing and the turkey and the sweet potatoes just the way we like them, the people who put their whole heart and love into those things, the people who maybe you would curl up onto after dinner and cuddle with them before the night was over. These people who made an impact on our lives and who we miss with our whole being. And so today, Washington Hebrew remembers Sophia Abramson, Estelle Adler, Doris Asher Elenier, Lillian Orenchik, Alan Barth, Edgar A. Barrand, Walter Bell, Ralph Franklin Burlow, Carol P. Berman, William Prince Bressler, Philip M. Brown, Elizabeth Mandel Cantor, Emily Davidson, Lillian DeMarco, Sidney B. Diamond, Dorothy S. Dreyfus, Herman Eisenberg, Rhoda Fisher, Alan D. Fishman, Lorraine Flox, Teddy Cherner Flox, Sadie Rothschild Freiberger, Ruth S. Friedman, Howard Galper, Morris Gans, Celia G. Gensberg, Max Genzer, Bernice Gibbs, Albert L. Boomy Goldberg, Louis Goldberg, Erwin Goldstein, Edward Gravitz, Dina Morris Gross, Felka Haas, Maxine Goodkind Hahn, Maine Shower Hecht, Edward Q. Holder, Mary Horan, Doris M. Jaffe, Samuel L. Kaufman, Alexander Kaufman, Edgar L. Kaufman, Clarence J. Kern, Lawrence E. Kling, Norman Krinsky, Albert E. Lane, Gary H. Levin, Hilda Simmons Levitt, Arthur H. Lewis, Nettie Marie Lewis, Henry Coleman Lewis, Leopold Lux, Theodore Marks, Janice Melnick, Janet Thaw, Harry Eddie Miller, Eleanor L. Moskowitz, Sarah Moskowitz, Max Moskowitz, John Seymour Olshin, Blanche Oppenheimer, Mina Oppenheimer, Jeanette R. Parzo, Pearl Pinson, Abe Polin, George Roth, Adrian Rado, Millicent Sable, Sheldon Sadegor, Henrietta Sam, Elaine Clowen Salen, Judith M. Saltz, Judith Sartorius, Janet Wagman Schumann, Esther Schwartzbach, Barnett L. Schwartzbach, Augusta Sellinger, Ethel Annie Silverman, Ruth Barron Small, Lottie Bass Smith, Stephen P. Spitz, Esther Chusette Stambler, Alfred J. Stein, Sophia A. Stein, Anna Edlovich Steinman, Lois E. Steckler, Nathan Sussman, Florence S. Gutman Tenenbaum, Irving Van Grack, Frederica von Stondeg, Lillian Wallach, George Wasserman, Emmanuel Wattenberg, Sarah Weinstein, Stephen J. Wolf, David Young, Arnold J. Friedman, and those recently laid to rest, Theodore Neuvelt, Sirlene Rose, Mark Sellinger, Robert Yampel, Chantalal Bana, Judith Sachs, Saul Schwartzbach, Ralph Zapala, Stacy Davis, and Howard Reisman. If I've inadvertently mispronounced the name of your loved one, or if you have another name to add to our memorial, I ask that you share that name out loud with our community at this time. Thank you. We rise and turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dehudasha brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing, and we say together, amen. You may be seated. We do not have a board member announcer today, and I did not rope one of you in the crowd who's a board member and ask you to do it during pre-neg today. So everyone, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Rabbi Fischel. We have some wonderful opportunities to engage with Washington Hebrew in these next few weeks. Sunday, December 3rd is like a big time here at Washington Hebrew. We have an Amram Scholar Series lecture at 10:30 a.m. Here at Temple featuring guest author Andrew Meyer discussing his book, Morgenthau. And later that evening at 5 p.m. at JBSC, join us for our 2023 Cantors concert with yours truly, Cantor Susan Bortnick and Cantor Susanna Hamstra, who will be joined by guest cantors to honor the music and legacy of Stephen Sondheim. And mark your calendars for Shabbat Hanukkah at WHC on Friday, December 8th. It's going to be an electric festival of lights as we make Temple glow. Glow sticks, black lights, glow-in-the-dark dreidels, and more will make this a Hanukkah to remember. And we would like to thank Emily and Mark Gerson for sponsoring this special Shabbat. It will be a lot of fun. Please take a copy of this week, that folded pamphlet with you, and use the QR code for more information, or visit our website for all of the ways that you can get engaged here at Washington Hebrew. Every Shabbat we increase our joy by reciting Kiddush. This is a moment when we remember the miracle of Exodus and celebrate our freedom. We invite all children who are present tonight to come forward and lead us in this blessing. May the vision of these young people give us strength, pride, and hope in a brighter future. He is so ready. I know, baby, I know. Do you want to grab some juice?
I actually would love all children, like even past B'nai Mitzvah, who are maybe in their like early 20s on down to come up, because that would be really cool for the two of us. Because there's a lot of kids here who we did their B'nai Mitzvah. Not a lot, but there's like, no, come. Come and bring your brothers. Yeah, come and bring your brothers. Come. You're
not going to wait. She's not waiting. She's not waiting.
Are we all here? Cool. Grab one. You want one?
He has.
You have.
He's nervous he's going to spill it, I think.
Oh, yeah, well, we're all kind of worried about that.
Gonna come up here?
Here we go.
Come on up.
Here we go.
Hey, you.
Here we go.
Ready?
Oh.
You're going to spill that on me, aren't you? Oh, hi,
all right. You can put the challah down and take one if you
okay?
want.
Oh, we're good.
Choking on the grape juice. All right. We join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit. Ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinachaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat l'chaim.
Beautiful.
All right, don't go anywhere just yet.
And we'll join together
You want to do that first?
Oh,
Great.
let's bless them first. Let's do
Let's
that
bless them first.
What do we do first? Do I go here? Whoa! We good? Yeah, we're good. We're good.
It's hereditary.
Here, yeah. It's nice. Well done. Come on under. Or try. You guys are all taller than us.
I know. We used to be taller.
I know. You maybe, not me. You ready?
All right.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichoneka. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God turn towards you and grant you peace.
Amen.
And we say together, Amen.
All right. Ezra, take the cover off.
You gonna take the cover off of here? Go for it. Take it off. Beautiful. Oh, you did great, honey. You did great.
You know what? Okay.
It was a little stuck. Let's join together in Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
Amen. B'te'avon. Thank you for joining us
Thank you all
up
for
here.
coming up.
Our closing song, Cantor, is
It's Shalom Aleichem, and you guys can all go back to your seats so that you have the words in front of you on page 323. 323. And hang on, I got to get the music in front of me. Thank you again to Joey for being here this evening and to all of you for joining us. I always love the Shabbat after Thanksgiving weekend.
So nice.
Such a warm group every year. I love it.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Keep going, I'm just laughing. Alright, let's keep going. You know what? Let's skip to the last. So I watched a professional until just now.
All done.
Last verse, Seidchem, here we go. Seidchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mimelech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Seidchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mimelech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Seidchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mimelech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu.
Shabbat Shalom. We
Shabbat
are
shalom.
very grateful for each of you.
Absolutely.
Shabbat Shalom. Sorry.